Hey guys, Stephanie here. Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Thank you to my new subscribers. Oh, and you like chick trolls or whatever? Stop posting like pictures of bananas and saying hi, boys. You're whores, and I don't want you on my channel. Get out of my comments. Thank you. All right, so majority of people are witnessing things that majority of us would never think we would have saw or even heard of, right? So when we found out, like, Event 201 and that the elitists like Bilderbergs and all those were holding meetings and they were doing rollouts for the event of a pandemic. Then we find out that, Bill Gates patented this virus way before it was even a thing. You had COVID-19 and coronavirus on the back of Lysol bottles before we even knew about it. You just had a Fox News interview where the whistleblower says that it was created in a Wuhan lab and released. So we're hearing all these things that people think are crazy, conspiracies, but we're literally watching Event 201. We're watching it all unfold right now. This is a pandemic, okay? And this was so the elites. I mean, basically, it's the rollout of the new world order, basically, okay? And people don't even realize it because we're kept in like this constant state of fear, right? But nobody would think that you would have to wear a mask or schools would be canceled. There wouldn't be football, or, most people would never believe this to be true. Like, we're watching the biggest hoax, the biggest scandal in American history that'll be in the books with Obama's deep, dark, nasty legacy to where we literally have a coup to take out our president right now, to where it's not Trump and the military and the police and conservatives and the evil white people. It's the Democrats and their radical parties and their activists and their lawyers that want to go sue everybody and their scientists that come from all their liberal elitist schools that donate to their campaigns. They're all connected, right? So we're seeing this all play out. Hillary Clinton get off, we're watching basically, if you're a Democrat, the rules don't apply. If you're a celebrity and you commit a crime, like if you do a college admission scandal, are you going to get only what, 2 months in prison or community service or stuff like that? Heck no. You're going to prison for real. You know what I mean? So we're watching things happen we never would think, right? Okay, I mean, we have our Democratic run states telling their law enforcement to arrest federal agents. You have a computer programmer developing vaccines. You have a monopoly over our freedom of speech. Now you even have contact tracers that can come to your house and take you. So all these things that you would think that would never happen, right? Just a crazy conspiracy theory, this wouldn't happen, that wouldn't happen. Well, there's a lot of things happening. So keep in mind that things that you think could never happen, like that's crazy, I don't know about that because a lot of things that instantly get fact checked on the news or, they're put as false information or information, you always have to wonder why are they so fast to debunk something without anybody letting them think for themselves? You know what I mean? An Israeli news station came out and had said that basically, like Event 201, how FEMA, the governments, and all them got prepared for a pandemic and they did their what if scenarios, and what if the public doesn't believe, then we have to gain control of the media and we have to make them believe, kind of like brainwashing. The WHO, UN, all of them, they're all in it together. That is the new world order, okay? So we watched Event 201, which was the rollout for that, for the pandemic and all that. All right, we've also are having FEMA and NASA are and have been planning for an asteroid attack on September 20th. Sorry, my eyes twitching. There's a Israeli news station that actually did, what would you call it, broadcast on this, and those people were fired, and the footage is like done. Can't talk about that. Actually, this asteroid is going to be closer to us than the moon is to our planet. And there's also whistleblowers and a lot of scientists coming out saying that they're not going to tell the public what is coming and what's going to happen, because people will panic and they will freak out and they're going to lose it. You know what I mean? And I also think it's really odd that in California, they added to their emergency broadcast alert system. You know how you have an Amber Alert and stuff like that? Well, they just now added an asteroid impact alert. Like what? Like, people don't pay attention to this kind of stuff. And what's really sad is when you have actual scientists, when you have legit people coming out and telling you, trying to tell you the truth, just like they said, that this wasn't a man-made bioweapon. It didn't come from a lab. Guess what? It did. Okay? We're already half a year into this pandemic that you don't need a biohazard box or bin for your mask or your gloves. I mean, come on. If it was that deadly, we would all be in gas masks and hazmat suits. Come on. We wouldn't be able to use paper money. I mean, an air filter and hand sanitizer isn't the cure. They're just brainwashing you into thinking that. So while this pandemic has been going on, you've literally given up all your rights and you've conformed to this government, okay? This government that doxes and shames and humiliates only one side of a talking point, right? So just like how Event 201, when they were talking about this, and then we later found out that there's patents and all that for the Rona 19 by Bill Gates, like years before we even had it, you have to think, maybe there is something to what those tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists say. Because so far, everything they've been saying, it's kind of adding up. You know what I mean? So we're talking about, if there's another huge cataclysm, right? Whether it's asteroid or anything like that, that is another level of taking over. They're taking over our food systems, everything. Okay, not only that, but what are they getting all these FEMA camps ready for? Bringing back the military. They keep telling us to be prepared for EMP attacks. The Pentagon just came out today and said that in space, Russia and China have technology up there that can literally crush our power grid. That this is a real threat. The Pentagon is coming out and saying this, right? But okay, well with this asteroid, they've been warning us about any kind of EMP or power grid, and they've been telling us for years now to be prepared for at least 6 months. This is on the Department of Homeland Security, like all these other government officials, even on the Pentagon. They're telling you to be prepared for 6 months with no police, no stores, no electricity, no nothing. Like, it's the wild, wild west. If you ain't got a candle, or like if you have to go to the bathroom, you're literally like majority of people will die. Like, seriously, those Georgia Guidestones are not there by coincidence. Okay? But to know that September 20th, there's an asteroid that our government in California are running practice drills for, just like they did practice drills for the Rona virus. Okay? Think about it. Nothing is by coincidence. I'm sorry. We just found out that Bill Gates and his crusade with, you know, curing everything with all humans just paralyzed over 400,000 African children with vaccine trials. And he also brought polio back. And he's being charged for crimes against humanity. Shocker. And then on the mainstream news, okay, they had Newt Gingrich, yeah, say George Soros. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. You have no idea. Like, how happy I was. I was like, oh, like, oh, somebody's saying it. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. And even having like Kevin Hart, you know, and Terry Crew come out and talk about the pedophilia and like all the pedophilia, gay pedophilia, like little boys being touched by grown men in Hollywood. And these people people starting to come out and like say the truth. And then you got mainstream TV today talk about George Soros. Yeah, they did. And then the women were just like, well, let's not bring George Soros into this, but let's bring every goddamn thing since 2015. Trump, 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 Trump. Like, literally, you can go on a meme that has nothing to do with politics. There's always that one asshole that has to put, well, Trump. It's like, dude, why are you bringing Trump into this? That has been our lives literally since the election. Okay? So that's why, like, all these crazy people, like Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, George Soros, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Schiff, all the rest of the Hollyweird gang, boycott this, boycott that, look at my selfie, look at me. Like, all of them, all of these people that have been making us suffer and patronizing us and mocking us and making us feel like the scum of the earth because we A, love our country, B, love our freedom, C, love God, D, want to be able to protect our family, and we think that like Nancy Pelosi, no one is above the law. But I have, you know, a net worth of 1 million. Like, she's worth $121 million. She's been a politician. Like, look at all these freaking people. They literally have been like these celebrity politicians, and they're laundering money and getting rich while they're making all of us broke and poor. So the mainstream media, they're with those people. But it's about time for us to make our comeback, because this has been too much. So whether this asteroid hits us and we all die on September 20th, you all better vote Republican. Don't see it as Trump, okay? Just see it as Life and death has nothing to do with Trump and Biden at this point. Life and death. You vote Democrat, that's a death sentence. Because that 5G alone will get you too. Because they don't care about your life. They don't care about you. They just killed 42% of American jobs with their Event 201 and their pandemic to vaccinate everybody. Then you got Bill Gates with his damn mosquitoes out now. Okay, that's crazy too. Sorry, I just got off topic. But Bill Gates in Florida was given permission by the EPA and also some banker, philanthropist, or whatever to help the Zika virus. I don't even know if I said this. But anyways, in like Kentucky and Louisiana, they're trying to save from the storms. There's this new mutant mosquito that's killing livestock. No, asshole. Like 3 months ago, you just did a news piece saying how Bill Gates genetically modified and mutated mosquitoes and they released them in an experimental phase. Yeah, we are the experiments, people. Don't get that vaccine. Stop giving them your blood. Quit getting that damn test. If you are not sick, you're not sick. If somebody tells you you're sick, you're going to manifest it in your head and become sick. It's common sense. Don't let tyranny take over. Remember, this vote is not Trump and what celebrities say or who's going to boycott, blah, 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 blah. It's literally life and death. Okay? Hopefully, this asteroid doesn't hurt us, but just in case, think about it. They keep telling us to be prepared for EMP, and they keep telling us our infrastructure and with the power grid is bad, which is true. Our magnetic poles are already shifting at a rapid rate, and that is what's causing climate change. It happens every so many thousand years. The poles shift dramatically, and it causes like extreme weather, volcanoes, earthquakes, all that, because the tectonic plates, everything is shifting underneath of us. It's not climate change. This is normal. But when this asteroid comes close to it, it will have an impact on like the gravity, the magnetic fields, and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, if you like, I don't know, you can like put your cell phone and stuff like that, and like microwave, an old microwave, or even your regular microwave, and it'll keep it from being, it's like an EMP or something like that. It will, anything electronic, it'll be done. So there's ways to do that, but also make sure that you have like at least some kind of like solar bank, like something like be able to charge things or like extra gas. I don't know, because I don't even know, cars don't even work. But just in case, we don't know, none of us know what an asteroid that, I mean, closer to us than the moon. They're doing drills, just like they did exercises for all these other huge events that have taken out like a lot of things. They don't plan for anything. That's a lot of money they invested. The Pentagon just warned us. We have threats from space, from China and Russia. You know, I mean, you have to look at it for what it is. So if anything happens to our power grid, you need to figure out what you need to have to be able to make it with what you got right now. If money is an issue, go to the dollar store and get like a ton of the prayer candles or something. But just be prepared for anything. Because like I said, they shut down the Israeli news. They're shutting down real scientists. They're shutting down people for a reason. You've watched them do it to conservatives and anybody who questions them. So, as scary as it might sound, I think maybe it's good to be prepared for anything. FEMA and NASA are running drills and they're getting prepared for an asteroid to hit us off Southern California. Goodness gracious, right? Hit that like, subscribe, and share. Love you guys. Bye.